So on Friday, I made the decision to actually go for a breakthrough on DMT, and it's been a few months since I actually had a full-on breakthrough. For this experience, I tried the first time to break through, so I put maybe around 25 to 30 milligrams in the bong, and then I just smoked it on a screen with nothing else on top or anything, no ashes. And I blew it out the window and then lied down in my bed in silent darkness. And this dose actually didn't do much to me for some reason, so I was worried that the batch was just impure and didn't have the potency that was required. But I think for just some reason it dudded. I'm not really sure why, but I just didn't really have much of an experience. So I ended up getting up and then putting almost double the amount. It was probably only 50 milligrams though. So the first one I would say is like 25, and then this one would be around 50 or maybe 45. So almost double. And then I smoked this one, and then this one actually did it beyond what I was gonna be expecting. So when I lay down in my bed, immediately I didn't really see the same type of beginning figure that I usually see. I see some big structure that's kind of geometric in its form and really complex and kind of wireframed almost, but this time I didn't really see that. It just brought me right to a very familiar place that I usually go to when I'm having a experience where I feel like I'm not going to be coming back, or it feels as if I'm dead, or if I went too far and now I'm in some sort of afterlife of some sort. And what's really incredible about this is that it's always the same type of place usually. Well, not always, but this time it was definitely a similar place to what I've been before. And I can't really describe it too well. When I'm going through this experience, I always want to see if I can remember it to try to draw it, but every time I'm going through it, it's so overwhelming, and the feeling of not coming back and that fear associated with it is very hard for me to actually make note of what I'm seeing. It's easier for me to remember the visuals of my trip if I'm not going so deep that I'm intimidated and scared, because then I just go into survival mode where I basically try to preserve something in myself. But this time I completely felt as if I wasn't breathing anymore, so I had to really enforce the breath, even though it felt like I was just not in my body anymore and I was just in this new realm. And there was a lot of complex geometry. There was a lot of reds and a lot of yellows, I think. Maybe not yellow, but definitely red. And there was entities that were coming out of the cubbies that were... They didn't really have a complete form. They were kind of just intertwined with the whole structure of what I was seeing. And if I had to give a type of image or an archetype or style or presentation of what I was seeing, it reminded me a lot of the Genesis Sonic games, so specifically Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. So Sonic 2 had a level called Casino Nights, and that aesthetic really was very similar to the kind of geometric patterns and forms that I was seeing. And also the Carnival Zone level in Sonic 3, that was also very similar to what I was seeing. So if you get a mix of those two, that was basically what I was seeing, but just a really alien type, super complex room of some sort. And it had cubbies and certain things where entities would be kind of shifting in and out of existence from. And these things look completely alien. I can't even really describe them, but they were probably long, I think. They had long arms. But what's so bizarre about this place is just how familiar it is. I seem to go to the same type of area, and it's almost... I don't know why exactly it gives me the feeling that I'm not going to be coming back or this is the end, but I found it to be actually almost reassuring, or something that I was intimidated by but also comfortable with, because I guess I feel so jaded by the world that I live in, that going to this place kind of makes me feel relieved in a certain way, because it's just something that actually makes sense, or even though it's completely bizarre and complex and puzzling to the mind, it really kind of makes sense to me in a certain way of just an experience wise. I maybe I've just grown kind of tired of this realm, and how I feel as if I'm not really understood here, and I feel like I'm more understood in that realm. So I don't know. I don't know if that means that I want to just kind of stay there, but it was definitely something to really consider or really think about. I guess since I'm having such a rough time with the world that I'm in right now, and I mean, realistically, things are going really well. You know, I've made friends with really incredible artists that are, you know, letting me hang out with them whenever I want, and learn a lot from them. So I've been really blessed in certain instances, but also I just feel as if I've been really given the short end of the stick in a lot of certain circumstances, or just feel like I've not really been noticed as much as I would like to be. I mean, I just want to feel acknowledged and feel like I'm there, but I always just feel like I'm overlooked in a certain sense, and I guess that's what makes me feel really jaded about this world, and I just feel like there's more importance in that world, and it just makes more sense to me. I'm not really sure what to really expand further on that thought. It's just how I feel about it. But I'm hoping that my experience of this world will start to turn around, and you know, maybe one day I'll feel like I'm understood more by people, or maybe more accepted. I always think that me just trying my best and working on myself and developing myself will make people more likely to acknowledge my existence, but so far it doesn't really seem to do that much for me, at least not for the people that I really admire and value. I mean, I get a lot of compliments and things, but usually it's not from the kind of people that are going to make me feel really whole again, and I don't really know why that is. I should be grateful that anyone acknowledges me and says anything about me, but I don't know. I'm just going to keep working on myself, and hopefully I won't be just thrown away and always seen as someone who doesn't hold any value, because I really want to hold value. I really want to have people see that I have something to offer, and yeah, I just hope that things would get better for me, and they just feel really great in the DMT realm, so I'm not really sure. But anyways, that was all I wanted to share about this, so I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I will see you in the next video.